I love boots. I wear boots all the time, whether that's walking in the countryside or going up mountains. What I don't like though is having to wrap up about 5 mile of shoelaces every time I put them on to go out, and also wearing out the rubber of my good shoes while I'm just doing gentle country strolls. So I picked up a pair of much smaller and less substantial men's Buxton walking shoes from Peter Storm. These cost me £35, but of course in this modern age of online shopping, always shop around, so who knows how much you might pick these up for. The first thing I do want to note as a negative though is I feel that the gaps in the grips on the soles, especially around the heel, somehow they just collect a ridiculous amount of mud, and I feel that if I dare to stray off tarmac and gravel, I'm magically suddenly wearing the world's muddiest pair of boots. If we look at the soles properly, you can see there's a little bit of flex to them, especially in the ball of your foot area, but they're not too flimsy. But they're also not the most substantial, high-heeled of boots that you'll ever see. Now, I would say, with these being a very sort of entry-level pair of boots when it comes to the ludicrous amounts of money that's attached to some of these as allegedly being price tags, these are very much in that same category as brands like Carrymore, where you might see if you're in the UK in Sports Direct, it is almost like they've got an entire Carrymore boot civilization set up in some of those stores. But it's the very fact that these are cheaper, simpler, and less fancy boots that I'm a big fan of these Peter Storm ones. I feel they're definitely a little bit better quality than the Carrymore sort of equivalents. But the fact that they're not as expensive as my proper boots or some of the premium brands is exactly why I feel I can put these on. I can go out walking on my little daily routes, either playing around by the river or walking around villages and towns or up and down the canal towpaths, and not be too worried that they're getting scuffed up. They might be getting damaged. They might every now and then get completely submerged in water if I slip or take a wrong step or just tread in a puddle that's a little bit deeper than I intended. And as I said earlier, not only are these a lot easier to just slip on and off, in fact I rarely actually touch the shoelaces on these things compared to obviously my bigger boots where you have to tie the laces up over your ankles, but also with all of the day-to-day walking that I do, I'm not looking at the soles on these thinking, oh, those are like 70 or 80 quid pairs of boots, or maybe a little bit more if I couldn't find a decent discount code. And so, as I say, I'm really pleased with them. They have remained decently waterproof while I've been testing these in some pretty extreme conditions. I think that the best summary I can give, an endorsement, is to simply say that after wearing the first pair of these that I had to oblivion, I was more than happy to go out and buy a second pair. They seem a slightly better quality than some of the similarly priced other brands that I've worn in the past. They have a decent construction quality, they stayed nice and waterproof for an extended period of time, and here I am wearing them all over again and loving it.